Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. The translation reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My brother, I want to confess that I am a ritualist, and the first person that I sacrificed, it was my own father. The idea is that if I was going to sacrifice my father first, his blood, it was going to defend me. Now when I do my rituals, I am not even worried because I know that my father's spirit, it is there to protect me from the spirits of these other people that I started sacrificing. My mother, she was the second one. So at that time, Brother Nashi, I had moved to this other foreign country and I had started this small business. I was operating in the suburbs, whereby a lot of high profile people would come to my salon, and the women, they'll be having a good time, like your massage and stuff like that. Even a lot of white people, they used to come. So when I started operating this business, no one had started that kind of a business in that area. And you know that people are always jealous. There was this other white woman who was my neighbor. She then opened her own salon as well as a massage spa. So a lot of white people, they then started going to her spa instead of coming to my business. I lost a lot of customers, Brother Nashi. I then returned back home, and when I returned back home, I then thought of what my father used to do when I was still growing up. He would go to this other mountain that is called Bindura. He would go and climb up that mountain, and he would pray and pray and pray. I also did the same, Brother Nashi. I went there and I started praying, and I still had that belief that God was going to assist me the way that he had assisted my own father, because I remembered that when I was still in university, there was one point in our life whereby my parents said that they could not pay for my university fees anymore, so I had to drop out. One day when my father was going to work, there was a man who picked him up. This man then started speaking with my father. My father then said that he was having this issue. He didn't know what he was going to do, but yet he still believed that God was going to make a plan. That man then said that, how much are you going to pay for your child's university fees? Then my father told that man. The man then paid the fees, and he gave my father a house number, where he said that that was the place that he was staying. But when we went there, Brother Nashi, we could not find the place where this man was staying. So my father used to say that this man was an angel. That is the reason as to why I went to that mountain, because I wanted God to do the same thing that he had done for my father. But God was unfaithful, because he didn't respond to me in time. I then went to this other woman who was a traditional healer. I was really confused. I didn't know what I was doing. She then asked me what I was doing up that mountain. I told her that I was busy praying. I wanted God to give me some money. She then said that God cannot come down on earth and give you money. This thing, your ancestors, they are the ones that are supposed to approve. You cannot get any money straight from God. Then that woman said that she was going to teach me more stuff about the things of the spirit. This woman, Brother Nashi, she then started assisting me. But as she was assisting me, she told me that this thing was supposed to be about ritual money. I had to sacrifice something in order for me to get something. I had to sacrifice something that I cherished the most. That was when I sacrificed my own father. The way that I sacrificed my own father, that woman then gave me a plastic bag and a doll. She then said that, I want you to place this doll inside this plastic and go to the bushes there. And when you are in that bushes, I want you to wrap this plastic around that doll and throw it in the bushes. And that is exactly what I did, Brother Nashi. After I had done that, I then returned back home. When I returned back home, that was when I found out that my father had passed away. My father died of a mysterious disease, and my father, when he was found to be dead, there was actually a pillow that was suffocating him, and no one understood how my father had suffocated in such a way. But I knew that at the time when I was wrapping that small doll in that plastic, what I was doing was that I was actually suffocating my own father. Brother Nashi, it pains me a lot. These things that I did, I know that it is very wicked, but I had to do whatever that I had to do so that I can survive. I have been doing these rituals for many, many years. That woman then gave me 2 mirrors. She told me that the first mirror, I had to place it in an area whereby it will always be in the dark. Then the second mirror, she said that I had to place it in the corner of my bedroom. This mirror, it can show me everything that I want. And she gave me a knife. She then said that this knife that I have given you, when it is time for you to sacrifice, you go and you kneel down whilst you are facing that mirror. Then you have to squeeze the blade of the knife. As I'll be squeezing the blade of that knife, as the blood will be dripping out of my hand when I would have cut myself just a little bit, then I'll be actually sacrificing whomever I want to sacrifice, because I will call out the name of that person. That is what I did to my own mother. I sacrificed my own mother in this way, Brother Nashi. This woman, she had not told me that I was not supposed to assist any of my relatives using this money that I will be getting from my businesses. Then what happened was that there was this other relative of mine. She had her daughter who was in high school. She was about to write her O-level exams, so she didn't have the money for the registration fee. So she then called me and she told me that she was really broke. She wanted some assistance. I then said, it is fine, I am going to send you some money. I then went to town and I sent her some money. Immediately when I was back in my car, when I was driving back to my apartment, that is when I saw that at the back seat there were 2 tokoloshis that were sitting there. Those 2 tokoloshis told me that they were now my husband's. Brother Nashi, I called that woman immediately. I said, I never had that agreement with you whereby you said that in the end I am going to be married to 2 spirits, evil spirits. I do not want a spiritual husband, let alone 2 spiritual husbands. They are going to destroy me. But that traditional healer said that you are the one to be blamed. You can blame yourself because I told you that you are not supposed to use this money to assist your relatives. She then said that what I had to do was that each and every night, then that traditional healer then said that I am going to give you a knife and a clay pot. So each and every night, Brother Nashi, these tokoloshis, they do visit me. And when they visit me, they would want to have sexual intercourse with me. But she gave me a knife. This is the knife that I am using right now. I can't even fall asleep on my own bed, because if I try to fall asleep on my bed, these 2 tokoloshis, they will rape me throughout the night. So what I do is that I have this other small couch that I have in my bedroom. I sleep on that couch. I have this small blanket that I wrap myself into as I'll be waiting for the time when these 2 tokoloshis will appear in my bedroom. Whenever these 2 tokoloshis will appear into my bedroom, this woman then told me that I have to start stabbing that clay pot. Whenever I stab that clay pot with that knife that she gave me, then these 2 tokoloshis will run away. She told me that what you were supposed to do was that before you had given any of your relatives money, you were supposed to come and kneel down in front of your mirror and tell your mirror that you are about to assist your relatives. Then you have to inform the mirror that all the bad luck in the world, all the demons in the world, they have to follow the money, so that the relative that you would have assisted can suffer for the rest of their life. Like the relative of mine who had her daughter who was about to write her own O-level exams, what was supposed to happen to her is that I had to dedicate her virginity to the mirror so that she will never be able to get married, and she was going to be married to those 2 tokoloshis that try each and every night to rape me. They do come to my room each and every night at around 2 a.m. That is the time that they visit me, and I'll be be waiting for them. Many years have passed. I do not even know how it feels like to sleep on my own bed, yet I have a lot of money. I can buy 1,000 beds, but I can't enjoy my own bed that I bought at a very big price. This is the life that I am living. Each and every night I sleep sitting on the couch, waiting for these two tokoloshis, holding a knife in my hand, then the clay pot in another hand. When they appear, I then stab the clay pot several times, then they will run away. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sisters, and that was the translation of a message that she sent to me.